Howdy guys, this is my wltoys a959 1 to 18 scale buggy that I've made some mods to. I've put bearings on the inside and outside of the wheel hubs on all four wheels. I got them from Plague Bearings on just on eBay. I've made a casting. Of the shock adjusters just to give it a bit more tension in the front. So I just made a casting of the original ones and just slide it in there to make it there rather than buying a whole new shock set. There's a cooling fan that I installed on the top for the engine, and I'll show you that later. And yeah, I've heard these going up to about 100 k's an hour, and I wanted to see if I can try and do it. So I bought this kit from hobby shop at Sydney, Silverwater. I think it's called Super and Cheaper, and they sent it out with me really quickly, which was really good. And I'll show you what's inside. I've got a 2030 size motor. I think it's an 18 turn. It's rated at 5000 kV. It's got a 2.3mm shaft which fits the original pinion gear, so I didn't have to change anything. And it also fitted the motor bracket, the size, the thread, everything. It all fitted just straight in there, which was good. Most of the Leopard motors from the 1 to 18 and 1 to 16 scales have a 16mm hole distance between and a 2.5mm threaded mounting hole. So they all fit that because this motor mount can't be moved to accommodate different pinion gears. So you almost have to change the motors to get the right kV. So they have different kV ratings on these motors. So if you want a bit more torquey motor and a less top end, you can go further down the scale. I run it with just a good quality, no fuss Spectrum DX2E transmitter with it came with an SR310 receiver that I got from Model Flight here in Adelaide. And I also got the speed controller from Model Flight as well. It's a 1 to 18 scale fused dynamite 35 amp speed controller. It's fully programmable from the transmitter. Yeah, it does the job, and it keeps relatively cool, which is good. And that's just, I'm running at the moment just the normal battery that came with the package. The original one, I think it's a 1100 milliamp, 7.5 volt, 25C. So that's enough. That combination is enough for this little motor. This motor only weighs about 50 grams compared to the original motor, which is pretty much a brick. It was about 120 grams. So just the weight saving on that alone will make it more responsive and go faster, basically. And I had to just change out the servo to accommodate the brushless system. And but the only thing with this motor is that it does overheat quite a bit, and it was pretty hot to touch. And I think there's a rule of thumb out there: if you can't hold it for more than 4 seconds or 5 seconds on there, then it's too hot, because the epoxies in there that hold the magnets on don't like over 60 degrees. So what I've done is I've put this fan, which is a speed controller fan, on the back of the body, and I've made a duct to bring the cool air from the outside on and around the engine, and it seems to work really well. I didn't think it was going to work, but it actually did. So, and that's just layered core flue, which is like a plastic cardboard, and I've made like a duct that goes around to the other side of the engine and keeps the whole thing cool. So you've got the main part cooling the left-hand side of the engine, and then you've got the right-hand side bringing all the air from the left-hand side over to the right-hand side, which keeps the whole thing pretty warm. I haven't run a temperature gauge on it yet, but it's like I can hold my finger on there for a lot longer. So it's running under 60 degrees Celsius. And I've also tried running it on this battery, which is a 11.1 volt, 20C, 400 milliamp. It's a lot lighter than the original one, so there's another 50 grams of weight saving there, and it pumps out an extra 3 volts. And on this motor, that means an extra 15,000 revs per minute. So it goes a lot quicker on this one. But I'm just checking to see if the fan will run. The fan will run a 11.1 volts. I know it's okay with the 7 because it works quite fine. And that's it. And I've soldered on some Dean's connectors, and this on-off switch is just here, and the servo fits just fine in there. And yeah, I'm just hoping to have a bit of fun and see how fast we can go, eh? No worries. Hope you liked it. Bye.